Hey there, my name is Seppo Puusa, and welcome back to Acne 1-on-1, what Einstein would have done to get clear. And this is lesson number 2, and we are going to look at the question why you cannot win the war on acne by fighting it. And since we started the first lesson by meeting the man who helped you to get clear, I thought it's fitting to start this one by introducing you to the man who's responsible for your acne. So, please say hello to Louis Pasteur, and I probably butchered the pronunciation of his name, but let's hope that he forgives me. Well, anyway, you probably know him as the father of the germ theory and the pasteurization method that's named after him. So let's see why he's the villain of this story. Well, it all started in the 19th century when two great men, Louis Pasteur and Claude Bernard, debated on the nature of disease. Both of these gentlemen were biologists and giants in the field, and Pasteur argued that it's the germs that cause disease, while Bernard argued that both healthy and sick people harbor the disease-causing bacteria, and it's the internal environment of the body that determines who falls ill and who remains healthy. Well, I think we both know who won that argument. And since Pasteur's time, the official dogma of the Western medical establishment has been that germs cause disease. And this really colors the way we think about disease and how to get over it. I mean, we usually think of diseases as something we need to fight against. And we really think that we are at war with germs and virus. Well, while it's true that germs do play a role in disease, thinking about disease this way really makes it much harder for you to get clear. So if diseases are not something we need to fight against or resist, well, how then should we think about them? Well, let's look at this in the context of acne. There are really two big things that play a role in acne, at least in most cases, and they are blood sugar problems and chronic inflammation. And together, these lead into hormonal reaction that increases sebum production and increases the turnover of your skin cells, and hence leads to blocked pores, and also weakens the immune system so that the acne causing bacteria can multiply in your blocked skin pores, and there you have the recipe for acne. Well, if we think diseases as something to fight against or as something we need to fix, well, you might take supplements that are supposed to bring down blood sugar levels or take anti-inflammatory drugs. But when you understand the true nature of these conditions and disease in general, it's easy to see why such methods are not very effective. Well, that's mainly because both of these conditions, in the blood sugar problems and chronic inflammation, are really protective responses. Blood sugar problems are caused by a condition called insulin resistance, which is in many cases is a response to eating too many calories or eating more than you need. And your cells really can't take any more calories in, so they say no thank you and don't respond to insulin that well anymore. And insulin, of course, is the hormone that transports glucose, that is sugar, into your cells, that your cells can then burn for energy. And inflammation, well, that's really just a healing response, because when you get injured, it's inflammation that really starts the healing process. And in the case of chronic inflammation and acne, we're talking about injuries at the cellular level, and these result from exposure to chemicals, stress, unhealthy foods, and other toxic materials. In other words, both blood sugar problems in the form of insulin resistance and chronic inflammation are really just protective responses to the internal environment in your body. If you read the book 1984 by George Orwell, this may sound a bit spooky, but rest assured, no big brother stuff here. What we call disease is really healing. In most cases, diseases are really just healing responses by your own body. It's your own body that resists harmful and useless influences and tries to get rid of them. If you think about it, many people think of fever as a problem, but fever actually helps your body to kill the invading bacteria faster. Without fever, it would take you longer to kill the bacteria and return to health. And the mucus your body produces helps the body to expel bacteria and other waste material. And as we talked about inflammation earlier, it starts the healing process. Well, here's an example that some people might be familiar with. Think about hangover. While hangover doesn't really feel nice, it's not the real problem. The real issue is the alcohol you drank the previous night, and hangover is just your body expelling it. And when you think about it like that, it's obvious that hangover is really a good thing for your health. It protects your body against the toxic effect of alcohol and possibly other poisons you ingested, but anyway, that's another matter. And I don't think that anybody in their right mind would say that we have to fight hangover, at least not if they're interested in health. But we can really say the same thing about most diseases. Fighting something that protects your health doesn't really make sense, does it? But before we can stop fighting diseases, we have to give up the germ theory and the idea that diseases are bad. And given that the father of the germ theory, Louis Pasteur, said this on his deathbed, I think we should also be able to make the leap. Of course, I want to clarify that there are exceptions to what I'm saying. In some cases, there is value in taking medicine and using Western medical treatments. However, as a general rule, it probably serves you to drop the idea that diseases are something we need to fight against or something that we need to fix, because thinking that way doesn't really help you to get clear, as I'm sure you've discovered by now. Instead, you might want to start thinking of how you can create the kind of internal conditions your body doesn't need to protect itself against. And as you learned in the previous lesson, the internal environment in your body really depends on how you live your life. In other words, on your emotional health and dietary and lifestyle choices. And here, the 6 elements of health are your tools of the trade. Finally, I want to say a word on hormones and hormonal balance. I often get emails along these lines. My doctor told me that my acne is hormonal, and so what can I do to get over it? Well, hormones really just help your body to regulate different bodily functions. Levels of various hormones are really just a reflection of the internal environment in your body. Hormones, among other things, enable your body to respond to the internal environment and any changes in it. So it's a mistake to think of hormones and hormonal balance as independent of the larger context of your body. So if you focus your effort on building health and living a happy life, most of your hormones should fall neatly back in line without you having to do anything about it. And well, for more information on how to get permanently clear skin by making small changes in your diet and lifestyle, please check out my book Clear for Life, Lifestyle for Health, Happiness and Clear Skin. It teaches you all the nitty-gritty details you need to know, and you can read for free at the address you see on the screen. Well, that's it for lesson number 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and best of luck on your road to permanently clear skin.